Hi, my name is Noza, and I'm here to talk to you about Anji and why Anji players are not doing the specific things that they need to do in order to be a little bit more successful with the character. I'm gonna go over a couple of things with you, and hopefully your results look a lot better than they do now. Let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing that Anji players need to stop doing is committing to Nagia and realizing that you do in fact have other options aside from that. For instance, if I do this string, I get punished for it, right? And especially where there are characters like Milia and Jackal who really thrive off of getting their 2K 2D situation off, or characters like Nago who can implode you for making a decision like that. You need to make sure that you are varying up your options. Now, especially for characters that can actually do 2D, you have options like this, right? And then you can follow it up with a 2S. Just keeping in mind that you do have to change your options. You cannot just end in Nagiha, okay? To add on to that idea, I did want to include one little tidbit of information. If they do decide, if you do notice that they're trying to FD you out, you have more options going for Shin, right? Because when you're being, normally if you're this close and you do Shin, then they have the opportunity to instant air K or instant air button, and the whole cast can actually do this to you. But when they FD a part of the string, then they can be pushed out. And then you can enforce your plus frames off of Shin a lot easier than it would have been had you tried to do something else. Okay, so the number 2 thing that Anji players need to stop doing, I know it's crazy, but we need to stop doing this without any meter. Doing this without any meter is suicide. Do not do this. We need to stop doing this because every time that we do this, we give the opportunity to our opponents to bombo us. Okay, I don't know about you, but I refuse to be bomboed. So what I'm saying is not to stop using the move as a whole, but the moment that you notice that you do have meter, that's when you can go for it. You can go for it with safety in mind. And then once you have safety, then you can go ahead and enforce your pressure that way. The next thing that I see Anji players not doing on a consistent basis is throwing. Throw that man, bro. Throw him. And loop the process. I missed the throw, but that's crazy. Keep throwing them, right? Enforcing the idea that they have to take an action. And then once they take an action, then you can catch them in something like a close slash. And if you get in a close slash while they're jumping, they explode. Absolutely explode. You need to ensure that you are enforcing the throw part of strike throw in order to scare them into thinking that they need to take an action. And when they take that action, that's when you can capitalize on your big boy damage in the corner. The next issue that I see about Anji players is the one that we are mostly notorious for. The spinning. And the spinning and the spinning and trying to spin. Okay? Now, this is obviously an issue because when we spin, we can get grabbed. And it's very simple for them to come do that to us. That is an issue. Okay, we need to ensure that we're choosing the correct spots to spin as an addition to our defense, as opposed to the primary line to our defense. See what I'm saying? So, in order to do that, we need to start actually learning the matchups. Okay, so that we learn certain areas in which we can take actions. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, so a great example of this is Souls 6S. Okay, this is a common button that they like to use quite often. So in a lot of cases, we kind of want to stand at this range and kind of want to do that and then go into whatever, right? But what I'm suggesting that we use the options that we're given, like 6p, get our knockdown, and then push our advantage that way, as opposed to trying to spin all the time. So what I'm suggesting is that we use the options that are in the game instead of just relying on spin the entire time, and use spin in addition to our defensive tools. So that would include using FD, that would include using things like 5p, 2p, 5k, right, to get out of these situations. The final things that I feel like Anji players are not doing is enforcing the fact that they can in fact do the side switch combo instead of trying to take them full screen. Now, a lot of the time I see people trying to do this and take them all the way to the other side in hopes maybe they can get here and maybe they can get a combo. But me personally, as an Anji player, I want to finish what I've started. So I boot them up, delay, get the rest of the combo, and this combo is very consistent without sacrificing any damage at all, as well as you get a follow-up if you choose to with Shin, and then you can enforce your plus frames that way if you decide not to break the wall. So this is something that I feel that Anji players are not doing enough. They're trying to risk their execution in order to get this full screen combo, as opposed to just getting something that's simple, very easy, up RC dash H, and then you get the rest of it. It's very simple, very easy, and I would definitely suggest the Anji players start picking up this idea. Alright, so that's all I had to say for today. Please let me know if you do have any questions at all as to what I've said, or if you feel as though I've contradicted myself in any point or any form of the word. I'm open to criticism as well. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe.